कहीं बेहतर सफेदी दे रिन अब चौंकाने वाले दाम में।
हाँ, बस एक बूंद।
एक बूंद?
अरे विम ड्रॉप में 10 गुना ज्यादा नींबू की शक्ति है। कड़ी से कड़ी चिकनाई को भी धो डालता है।
लेकिन पेप्सोडेंट सिर्फ 2 मिनट में कीटाणुओं को कर सकता है फिनिश।
Any medal I've received in my life, whatever level you reach,
Hello and welcome to today's episode. This episode deals with the subject of advertising budget and ethical issues in advertising. The episode also tells us about the elements required for creating effective advertising copy. In addition, it will discuss the role of celebrity in advertising. I'm Amrita Ghosh Kumar and our subject expert for this episode is Sabiha Khan, teaching in the Center for Management Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia University, New Delhi. Let us start today's episode with understanding the concept of advertising budget. As the name suggests, the budget allocated to advertising activities is known as advertising budget. It is based on either sales or revenue generated by the organization. Advertisement that does not work is useless for the organization. No organization can afford an advertisement that does not work. In developing an advertising plan, setting of objectives is important and it is influenced by the budget that has been already decided. Budget allocated to advertising is an expense, thus in difficult times, advertising budget is the foremost element that is restricted. Firms use one or more methods that have been developed through practice and experience. In practice, companies usually use two approaches, the top-to-down approach and the build-up approach. In the case of the top-to-down approach, the budgetary amount is established by higher management and passed down to various departments. Top-to-down approaches include affordable methods, arbitrary allocation, percentage of sales, competitive parity, and return on investment. This approach is common in small firms. This is a very simple method. After allocating other relevant expenditures, whatever is left is allocated for advertising. The chances of underspending and overspending are high in this method. The management determines the budget on the basis of what is felt to be necessary. It lacks any kind of systematic thinking. This is especially used by large and medium-sized firms. The basis for this is the total sales of the product. A fixed percentage of last year's sales is allocated to the budget. Sometimes percentage of projected sales of the next year is allocated. It is a simple, straightforward and easy to implement. It assumes that sales are the cause of advertising rather than advertising helps create sales. It ignores the possibility that sales may decrease due to some other reasons. When the product is newly introduced, there are no histories of sales. In such a situation, the implementation of this method is difficult as well as risky. Many advertisers base their advertising budget allocation on their competitors' expenditure. Using this method, firms allocate the budget matching that of the competitors. This method should be used keeping in mind various other methods because blindly following competitors is not advisable. The size of the market is possibly the most important determinant of the budget allocation decision. The bigger the market, the greater are the expenses. Smaller markets need less budget. Markets differ in their potential. India has more potential for low-priced cars than for luxury cars. New brands generally receive higher than the average advertising support. On the other hand, mature brands need less budget allocation. Advertising affects us in our day-to-day affairs, and at times we behave in a typically manner or sometimes in an unknown manner after we are exposed to one or the other forms of advertising. We must understand that advertising is not education, journalism, or entertainment, and its role as a mass communication tool is known in the corporate world. There is no doubt that advertising affects all of us in different ways and at times attracts controversies, which in turn affects our economic environment and our social environment. Some of the queries in front of us when we discuss controversies in advertising are: what is the impact of advertising on competition? How is it affecting consumer choice? What is the role of advertising on pricing of the product? How does advertising promote shopaholics in the society? We will touch base with these queries one by one in this session. Yes, advertising affects competition. If your competitor does not advertise or you advertise more than your competitor, then people will buy your product more, or you hit hard your competitor with the direct SWOT analysis, then the impact is much more. For example, car manufacturers use this kind of advertising more often. Chevrolet promoted the sale model sedan through this kind of advertising. Yes, all costs add to your total cost of the product, and advertising is an additional cost which is highlighted visible to the finance department in the organization. Too much exposure leads to shopaholism, which means you buy unwanted products even if it is not required. Thanks to advertising. Ethics are moral principles and values that govern the actions and decisions of an individual or group. Advertising at times misleads or deceives or confuses the consumers. We are exposed to a lot of advertising with models in the revealing attire promoting products for gaining consumers' attention. Today's consumer court also have numerous cases filed against manufacturers for making false claims through advertising. All these are lack of ethical minds in advertising. These days, all creative minds, while deciding the advertising copy or creatives, think of at least one or two options where he or she presents a concept which is against the ethics for promoting the product. They feel that without this option, they will not get noticed. Even in our film industry, when any producer is thinking of promoting or marketing their films through item songs and with one or two shots from the film, this song is used as an advertising tool to market the product. In case of misleading advertisements, one of the prime targets are elderly consumers who believe everything they see or hear. They become the target of these advertisements. Do we need a watchdog for controlling such communications? Advertising Standards Council of India, or the ASCI, which is a non-profitable organization, has laid out regulation tools to counter these malpractices. It proposes to adjudicate on whether an advertisement is offensive or not. The Council's decisions are binding on its members, and in case of disputes, it proposes to deal with the government. We will review these guidelines briefly, and they are as follows. 1. To ensure the honesty and truthfulness of representations and claims made by advertisements and to safeguard against misleading advertising. To ensure that advertisements are not offensive to the general population and are within the norms of public decency. Number 3, to safeguard against indiscriminate use of advertising from promotion of products which are regarded as hazardous to society or to individuals to a certain degree or to certain types which is unacceptable to the society at large. Number 4, to ensure that advertisements observe fairness in competition so that the consumers are informed on choices in the marketplace and the canons of generally accepted competitive behavior in business are served. In order to build a healthy society and a healthy environment, an advertiser can contribute as a social and moral obligation, or he may consider this responsibility as one of his social responsibility towards the masses or the target audience. Advertising should focus on the truth and facts in all mass communication modes. Advertising claims shall be substantiated by evidences in possession of the advertiser. Advertisement shall refrain from making false or misleading or unsubstantiated claims about competitors' products or services. Advertisements should not offer products or services for sale, as such offers constitutes a bona fide effort to sell the advertised product or services. Advertisers should avoid advertising focusing on misleading claims on pricing and saving claims. The advertisement should clearly reveal the full text of the warranties and guarantees can be examined before it is purchased. Advertising containing testimonials shall be limited to those component witnesses who are reflecting a real and honest opinion or experience. Advertising shall be free of statements, illustrations or implications that are offensive to good taste or public decency. If an advertiser or an advertising agency focus on all of the above while executing an advertising campaign as part of their responsibility, then we will have a well-informed and healthy selling environment for any product or services. Advertising is often criticized for its impact on the society, its value and lifestyle. Advertising merely reflects the tastes and values of society and does not shape them. Advertising exerts a powerful social influence and is criticized for encouraging materialism in society. Consumers have the freedom of choice when faced with persuasive advertising. Consumers do have a choice, and advertising cannot persuade them to buy products or services. Advertising has failed to portray the changing role of women in society. In the earlier time, it is the copywriter who used to make the entire advertisement for the client, but today we have professional advertising agencies which operate on just a 15% commission, and each client is known as an account. The understanding or normal psychology of today's client is that accounts can be handled easily by two people and an office staff. But the reality is that more people who work on accounts, greater are the chances of at least coming up with a good idea. Ad campaigns begin with the client trying to figure out what he wants to sell and for how much. Clients will ask the agency for help in deciding these questions. And finally, the meeting organized where following persons attend and take a brief from the client about idea, concepts, copy and layout of the message. Account director, creative director, media planner, media buyer. The brief. No ad campaign can be said to begin until the account team has fully briefed on paper. Writing the brief. Keep it short, get the client's name right and ask for comments. Now let us look at a few terminologies related to advertisement creation or advertising. It refers to words in the leading position of any advertisement. These are words in that will be read first or positioned with the intent to draw the reader's attention and lead them to the entire message. Ideally, headlines should use short, simple words and include an invitation to the prospective buyer. Also, it should furnish enough information so that the consumer who reads only the headlines learns something about the product or services and its benefits. One or more secondary heads is called subheads. A subhead is an additional, smaller headline that may appear above or below the headline. When the subhead is above the headline, it is called the kicker or overline and is often underlined. Subheads sometimes also appear in the body copy. Subheads are often used to enhance the readability by highlighting key sale points. These are longer than the headlines, more like a sentence. The main text portion included in the advertisement is called the body copy and which contains the complete sales story and in logical continuation of headline and the subheads. It covers benefits, utility of product and service. Slogans provide continuity to a series of ads in a campaign. Example, diamonds are forever. Just do it. Let's do it. A seal is awarded when product meets standards established by institutes like the B.B.S. These seals provide an independent, valued endorsement to the advertiser's product. Logos are special designs of advertiser's company or the product name. They are immediately recognized and give the product an individuality. A layout is an orderly physical arrangement of headline, subheads, body copy, slogan, seal, logos, and so on. Layouts are usually presented to the advertiser in rough form. During the creative phase, the designer uses thumbnails, roughs, dummies, and comprehensives. In a pre-press phase, the mechanical or the final artwork with the actual type and visuals in place is prepared from which the actual ad is reproduced. At any point of time in the whole process, the ads or its concepts can be altered or even cancelled. The thumbnail is a very small sketch about 3 by 4 inch, rough and rapidly prepared to visualize layout approaches without any details. Blocks of line indicate text position and boxes show the place for visuals. The best sketches resulting from this exercise are then further developed. The artist draws actual size of the advertisement in a rough layout. Headlines and subheads use the final type style, photos or illustrations are sketched in, and the body copy is shown with lines. The comprehensive layout is highly refined, exact copy of the finished ad. It is quite detailed with photos, the final type styles and font sizes, any sub-visuals and glossy spray coat. At this stage, all the visual elements are final. A dummy is prepared to get the look and feel of the brochures and other points of sale displays. Advertising copy means the material of advertisement message. Advertising copy contains the name, qualities, characteristics and price of the product, instructions to use, pictures and diagrams related to the product. Advertising copy is prepared in a manner as to attract customers and encourage them to purchase the product. It is prepared by advertisement department and is presented before customers through various media of advertisement. Attention value. It should be able to attract the attention of the customers. Maybe the title is attractive, the colors may be bright or impressive slogans may be used. Suggestion value. Advertising copy must be prepared in a manner that it may inspire customers to purchase the product which the producer wants to sell. For this purpose, effective slogans and comments from endorsers can be given in the copy. Memorizing value. Copy must be prepared in a way that customers may be compelled to memorize the message. Conviction value. The copy must be convincing the person that it is the best product for their money. Emotional value. Efforts should be made to attract and affect the emotions of the customers. Educational value. Advertising copy must be educative in nature. Instructions to use the product can be supplied with the product. Instinctive values. Buying motives differ for different people. Advertising copy must be prepared in a manner that it may satisfy the buying motive values. Some other factors. 1. Advertising copy should not tell anything which is wrong. 2. Advertising copy must be brief but complete. 3. Advertising copy must be prepared in common and easy language. 4. Advertising copy must contain something new and something different from that of competitors. Checklist for writing effective copy. Get to the main point fast. Emphasis one major idea simply and clearly. Position the product clearly. Mention the consumer's ultimate benefit in mind. Read the copy aloud and listen to yourself. Keep it short and simple. Television is an important advertising medium. TV can be used to produce a variety of appeals and executions which is not possible in print. There are two basic components of a TV commercial, the video and the audio. The video consists of sight or visual part of the advertisement and the audio part is made of spoken words, music or other sounds. The two components must work in synergy to produce the desired impact. Video elements. The visual elements generally dominate the commercial and include all those elements that are seen on the TV screen. It is very important that all the visual elements attract the viewer's attention and communicate the message. Audio elements. It includes accompanying music, voices and special sound effects. The written down version of TV commercial is known as the script. It brings together various elements of a commercial and provides a detailed description of its video and audio portions. After developing and finalizing the basic elements of the script, the art director and the writer together create the storyboard. The storyboard presents the drawings of different video scenes and the detailed description of the audio part that is associated with each scene.
क्या पक रहा है? हाय
हुसैन
राजमा
सुषमा
भूख लगी चिकन अच्छा है राजमा कहाँ है
मतलब
इस प्लेट में तो चिकन है देखो ज्यादा तेल वाले खाने में थोड़ी महक रह ही जाती है ट्राई दिस
विम लिक्विड तो फिर इस प्लेट पे क्यों चिकन वाली कढ़ाई उस पे ट्राई करते हैं।
हाँ हाँ, बस एक बूंद।
एक बूंद?
अरे विम ड्रॉप में 10 गुना ज्यादा नींबू की शक्ति है। कड़ी से कड़ी चिकनाई को भी धो डालता है। तो फिर आज से 15 रुपए।
हाँ?
नया विम ड्रॉप।
The ultimate goal of advertising is to build brand equity. Brand equity is the added value bestowed on the product by the brand name. Different brands vary in the value they enjoy in the marketplace. Some brands are largely unknown to consumers while others have a higher level of awareness. Brands have equity because they have high awareness, many loyal consumers, a high repetition, or the kind of brand associations such as personality associations. Personality is believed to be the sum total of all characteristics, psychological and physical. Brand personality and character most likely mean the same thing. Advertisers use celebrities as endorsers as they believe celebrities have stopping power and draw attention towards the products. For example, Shah Rukh Khan and Sachin Tendulkar as endorsers are more likely to be effective in capturing the attention of target audience. Popular celebrity not only influence the audience, feelings, attitudes and purchase behavior, but can also enhance the product image or performance in consumers' perception. Advertisers use attractive persons in their ads. Attractiveness generates positive influence and can lead to favorable evaluations of products as well as of advertisements. The relevance and suitability of the model depends on the nature of the product. Now let us quickly summarize all of that we have learned today. We have learned that advertising budget allocation is an important decision. Celebrities play an important role in building brand image. We also discussed the essential qualities of an advertising copy. That is all for today. Hope you have understood the fundamentals of advertising. We'll see you again with another topic on management. Till then, take care and goodbye.